I showed you how to make $10,000 in profit next month, no matter what situation you're in, with zero startup cost, literally no money down. And a lot of you had questions. So I'm going to answer these questions in this video. I'm going to assume you have some familiarity with the 9x12 postcard system, which looks like this. I'm going to use my friend Carolyn in Wisconsin's card as an example. This is the Kenosha Spotlight. This is what a 9x12 card looks like, okay? It's a 9x12 postcard. It's got generally 16 ads on it. You make about $5,000 in profit. You can do 2 of them in a month. That leaves you with $10,000 profit with zero startup cost. Here's the questions that you had. James says, I almost always flame these make 10K next month videos. This is the first one I've seen with a real business that anyone with some serious drive could do. You were 100% right. That's not really a question, but I wanted to bring it up. There are people from all walks of life, teachers, cops, stay-at-home dads, stay-at-home moms. There's almost anyone in any situation can do this. I promise you can do it. Suburban Dad Reviews says, I love this idea, but I feel like there's a major chunk of information missing. Where do you get the addresses? How do you label and ship 10,000 pieces out? I'm sure there are automation tools. What are those? Actually, reaching the business owners is the hardest thing. That's the toughest thing, is just getting in front of a business owner, getting a hold of a business owner, because they're busy people. That is the toughest thing. And some people will just never go out and actually talk to a business owner. I promise it's not scary. You will sell a ton of stuff if you have good things to sell to business owners. That's the hardest part. This is the easy stuff. You only need this. I'm going to use a blank template, which I have for sale, by the way. You can always pick up template packs like this, but this is an example. You just need this. It's this little spot that says, it's stupid. It's called an indicia. I'll put it on there for you for free. It's super easy. Just shoot me an email. That's the easiest thing. That's all you need to, as far as like the stamps or anything. And that goes on the artwork. It goes on the actual postcard. It's not like a thing you stick on after. 10,000 will just be printed as part of the artwork. Don't mess up and not put that on there. That would be a disaster. It's not addressed. This uses the Every Door direct mail program from the post office. If you go to EDDM.USPS.com, you could just go. It's really cool. Just go on there. You could create a free account. You don't even need an account to go to try this. Go on EDDM.USPS.com and put in your area. Put in a zip code and address and just go clicking around. It's so cool. You just click around and it says, oh, here's 500 people. Here's this neighborhood. This is 700 people. And it shows you how much it'll cost and postage, and the advertisers pay for it all. So that's how you pick where it goes. It's super easy. I have a fulfillment guide. You just if you didn't already, in the description, I have a link. It's called my EDDM bundle. Just click on that, put your email in, it'll get sent to you free. It'll walk you right through that part. It's super easy. I promise. That is the easiest thing. Should I set up a website for credibility and payment? What methods? No to the website. I don't think you need a website at all to do this. And if this is going to stretch out the time for you to just go out and do it, don't do a website. You're another business owner, okay? You're just another business owner going to talk to another business owner and getting people together. That's all you need to do at first. Once you get a card and everyone will be like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, I'll get on there. Let's all get on there together. Once you get the card out, or 1 or 2 cards out, then you can start building a brand. You can start saying, okay, I want to name this something. Let's make this an actual platform. So I would suggest only doing a website then. Otherwise, you're going to come off as a sales rep. They're going to be like, what's this brand? I've never heard of it. They're not going to be like, so you're going to spend all this money and time trying to impress them with a website. They're not going to care. It's going to make your life more hard for yourself. I shouted out Carolyn earlier. She runs the Kenosha Spotlight. Now, she takes a totally different approach. She has a link, too, if you really want to see how she does it. She's a good example. She goes the branded route, and she has a really nice website template for that, too. That's in the description, too. Catholic single mom. You're just going to go out there and get other businesses together. I got to get too fancy. Rosetta says, this is old school, but it still works, especially for those not into digital marketing. 100%. It still works. Direct mail has always been the highest ROI local advertising channel you can find. Look it up. And it has never really died. It's still super strong, and it's getting stronger and stronger, believe it or not, because digital is getting so saturated. It's actually getting so saturated that businesses they want to find something else. And direct mail is like this mysterious thing, but it's really not that mysterious. It's a great thing to sell. I brought this up because You said for those not into digital marketing, but it's actually a great thing to bring up if you're in the digital marketing because it's a fresh way to get clients. I know lots of people who do strictly digital marketing, but every now and then they need a rush of new clients. Maybe they need some more blood, some new blood. So they put out a 9x12 card. They put out a 9x12 and they get 16 businesses all of a sudden. And now these people are happy. They're in their stable. And then they say, what else do you need? Or what else do you have? Do you sell this? Oh, you do websites? I'm looking for a website guy. Do you do digital marketing? And now you're selling digital marketing services because they have the trust of the print. You're trusted. That's the hardest thing for selling digital marketing because there's so many freaking scam people out there. So try selling 9x12 in print marketing and then sell them the digital. Burn Dog B says, do you have to have a designer? Which company to use to get the 9x12? Use me, printingforsupercheap.com. That's my printing business. We do many EDDM mailings every single day. We are the best deal for 9x12 printing and even fulfillment. There's really no better place to go, but you can go any commercial print source, but you should check out me. If you shoot me an email, I'll give you a chart of my discounted rates. I just don't like to make them public. And they target a city or zip code. Yeah, you target EDDM.USPS.com. You go there, look at the map, and you target the neighborhoods that you want. Easy. I like this. Sounds like a good way to get your advertising for your own company and they pay for it. Totally. That's how I started. It's a long story. I don't want to talk about it here, but I had a remodeling business. I had a window and siding replacement business. I had a partner break up and I had a lot of staff and stuff and overhead and kids to feed. I ended up getting like 50,000 postcards for free every single month. I have a whole video on that actually. I'll put that up in the link up there. Hopefully I remember. And you can click that and hear about how I got free advertising for a long time. This is tremendous. This is the best thing ever. This is literally the best thing for any small business owner. It is wild. I can't believe that I designed it all. This is all me. I should get an award or something. Where do I get the 10,000 postal addresses? No addresses. You just EDDM.USPS.com. No addressing. That is a type of mailing, but not for this. Postage, you might be watching this video in the future and it may have changed. It only goes up a little bit, but right now it's 22.3 cents. That's how much it is right now. So just say about a quarter. It's cheap. Way cheaper than a stamp, which is heading up closer to $1. It's going to hit $1 in a few years, I'm sure. Debbie Sue says, do you fill out a contract for each business? This is a really common question. What does it say? Is it a trust thing? It is a trust thing. If you talk to almost every successful 9x12er and go through my podcast, I got so many interviews of people that are probably just like you, of all different walks of life. And all of us that are doing it successfully, we rarely ever use a contract ever. It's just, you're taking such a small amount of money, sub $1,000 is really just a small amount of money. I know that might seem like a lot to some people, to a business. This is nothing. Most advertising things are thousands of dollars in retainers and long-term contracts. This is just a few $100s, especially if you're maybe doing a 5,000 piece mailer. You're only asking a few $100. Even with a 9x12, $600, $600 is not much. There's really no a contract's there to protect people in case you don't pay and stuff. It's like everything turns around so fast. There's no need for it. If you decide that you want an agreement or contract for whatever reason, I can tell you to look into ChatGPT. Just go into ChatGPT and say, please give me an agreement, a simple agreement form for my shared postcard advertising space. Just explain it. It will spit it out. Is it legal? I don't know. Every state's different. You consult a lawyer, but I just don't think a handshake, it's fine. If you take a credit card, you're protected. Sometimes I use that. If someone's on the edge, well, how do I know you're not going to scam me? It's just a credit card. Put it on your credit card. That way you're not giving me cash. I can't run off with it. That's a quick way to get rid of that objection if it happens, if someone is truly uneasy about it. But you're never going to get, what are you going to take them to some long claims court? You voided the contract or something if they don't pay your $200 balance, something. It's silly. Puerto Rican by GPS. He's only Puerto Rican because he's in Puerto Rico. That's what I'm getting from that. How do you deal with the design of individual ads? Do you charge each customer separately? Do you include it in the price of the ad, or does the customer provide you with finished ad? This is a great question. Don't rely on the customers to give you artwork. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they have their own artwork. They'll have someone on the staff that will they'll call it camera ready artwork often. I don't know why it's called that, but it's called camera ready artwork, print ready artwork. But if they take it, then that's great. Give them the dimensions. If you have a template like this, just use the templated directions, the templated size, and they'll make it. Otherwise, I would suggest you use Canva templates, which I have in my mastery course. If you pick that up, it's in volume 4 of my 9x12 mastery. But you can design ads in Canva yourself. You can hire cheap designers, Fiverr.com. You can reach out to me. I can give you some people that'll do it really inexpensively. You typically just want to charge, nothing. Just provide the ad, build it into your ad, just make it a cost of the ad space. You should be spending maybe $25 max on a designer. Otherwise, just do Canva templates, and it's totally free. Luo says, how frequently do you do this, and how do you charge? That is totally up to you. You could do it every month. You could do multiples per month. You could do them bi-monthly. You could do them quarterly. That is totally up to you. For many people like me who have been doing it a long time, we do them every now and then when we want to stay relevant in the community, you want a rush of income. Maybe you want to remodel your kitchen. Maybe you want a swimming pool. You do a couple cards, buy a pool. Who cares? You can get their landscaping done. It's also, I should mention, bartering is pretty cool too. Almost all of us that have been doing this for a while, we barter stuff. You get free landscaping. You get free restaurant stuff. You barter. You knock off $100 off an ad and you get $100 worth of services, or you get a free fence, in exchange for 3 months of advertising. This is your business. It's up to you. Handicap Vet says this is genius. It's a wide open market that never gets flooded. It doesn't. There's so much ground to cover. Oh yeah, totally. I want to know what kind of money a card a month should make you $5,000. You should be making $5,000 on a 10,000 piece card. So that's it. And you can either handle it yourself, or you can have someone like myself do it in my team, printing for super cheap. But you can have we can ship them to you, and you can prepare them. We can prepare them. Doesn't matter. Whatever fits your budget, whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. Liz says, I might have missed this, so I apologize. We are creating the ad for the business in the postcard. If they agree, would they send over the ad they want included? I think what you're saying is, you are creating the ad. Canva templates, 100%, or a cheap designer. I would not ask them to make their own ad unless they already say it. But you can make these ads so easy in Canva. Aramusa says, as a small business owner, this is gold. It sure is. You got to watch my video of how I got 50,000 postcards a month. It was just about 50,000 postcards. Sometimes it was 35,000. Sometimes it was 50. Crazy amounts per month for years for free. I literally ran my complete business revolved around this free advertising. Wild. This is gold. Yes. I was looking for low-cost ways to gain exposure for my store. This is as low cost as it gets. You'll make money. You'll make money and get 10,000 advertisements free. It's crazy. There's nothing else like it. Or because I already have a relationship with them. Perfect. Yes, no sales pressure. You're just another business owner. Don't be going in there like a sales rep talking about whether you're in a suit and tie or you're pushing the embroidered thing on it. They don't care. Question is fulfillment. Yeah, me. Printingforsupercheap.com. You can't get better fulfillment for 9x12. You can't. In my small town, we already have something like this sent out to us just for the fur of us. This is a great idea, but not if we're getting... I can't guarantee, because you might have a 9x12er in your area. You would know, though, it would be a big 9x12 postcard coming at you. It would be looking like this or whatever in your mail. I highly doubt you're getting that. Check out this. This is my man, Scott Meiser. I'm going to do an interview with him sometime. He does an 11x14. He does tons of these. He has so many advertisers, he can't fit them all on 9x12, so he has to go big, and he does many of them across many different cities. And he was a teacher. He just retired, a youngin', and he's got more kids than me, and I have 8 kids. I'm just throwing that out there. It's highly doubtful you have someone doing this. If you do, well, then you're going to be up against some competition. But if you or pick another area, but if not, you're probably seeing things like Clipper magazine and Coupon magazines and publications. And those are not anything like a 9x12, because those require you to open them. So advertising isn't 100% exposure. They're really getting screwed over those compared to a postcard. We're going to have competitors in there with them, or you won't have competitors. They might be going to areas they don't want to cover. There's a big difference between those. So you should be good. This is an interesting idea. I have a ton. I have so many. I have literally, there are variations of this. There's an M3 where there's 3. There's an M6 where there's 6. There's sticky sellers where it goes to businesses. I have community cards, which are awesome. I'm going to be making videos on all of these. I have so many variations of this. There's targeted versions. There's new movers. It will blow your mind. It still does, and I've been doing it for a long time. It's just incredible. So stay tuned because there are lots of things to do with this. There's directories too. You can check that out. I'll put a link in there too. That's my man Grant's directory card where you send them out as directories. 9x12 gets full up so it fits in. Yeah, they do this. I'm going to use Scott's as an example. Scott is awesome. I'm going to have him on here at some point. This is an 11x14. Maybe I'll use this 9x12, whatever this 9x12 is right here. Here, I'll take this, which is a deposit I have to make. This is actually from it. Someone came in and gave me a whole bunch of cash. I should use that for the thumbnail. Why am I not using that for the thumbnail? Let's do that. How does this get delivered? They put your mail in here and they roll it up like a taco. So they put it like this. They stuff all the mail and they put it like this. The nice thing is 9x12 postcards, when I print them, it's on 14-point UV gloss, which is really sturdy. It won't like crinkle them or anything. It's just rolled up like a taco. I don't know if I'm using the proper chalupa or something. It doesn't get all cranked in. Norman says, I'd be curious to know, how do we show them the ad after design? You just email it to them. Now, if you use templated ads, you don't have to do a whole lot. If they're templated, it's all pretty much the same. Like my restaurant, this is another variation is the restaurant theme. It's like this, where they all look really similar and they have a similar format. And then you're using a Canva template. You don't have to do custom designs and things from scratch. It's just templated. Everyone knows what they're getting. They get their logo, a deal. It looks very symmetrical and it's nice. You can also do things like this on the back. You can maybe have 4 custom sponsors on the back or 1, or you take the back and get all the free advertising. We just did that. Scott says, how do you approach payments from businesses? Get the money down if you can, but at least get half. Okay, at least get half down, half when the ad's done before you go to print. Say, this is all hard costs. This is printing and postage. So I'm just getting us all together so that we pay a fraction of the price, but I can't go fronting the printing and postage. If you want to do all down, that's great. If you want to do half down and then half before I go to print, once you approve the ad, that's fine too. And then you take a credit card payment with a Square or PayPal reader that's totally free, or you can send them an invoice through PayPal or through Square, and they can pay with a credit card, or you get that check or get that cash. JC Photograph says, I'm full of goosebumps thinking how brilliant it is. I'll take the credit. Lady Liberty says, do you have to have a permit? No, you don't have to have no permit. I'm not a lawyer. I know maybe you live in some weird country or something where they have to, but Lady Liberty USA, you must be in the United States, the greatest country out there. No permit needed. That's nice. It's not like you're knocking on house doors where it's illegal, but you could go in any business everywhere. They're public. Go call them. You can call them. You can talk to them. You can go step in. It doesn't matter. Will this work in the UK? Yes. I don't know the specifics, but Royal Mail has an equivalent program. So does Canada. A lot of people ask about Canada too. It's very, very similar. The only thing I know in the UK, you have private delivery too. So those things you'll have to look into, but it's the same concept. And you'll probably have to use A4 size instead of 9x12. In Canada, you don't even have to put the indicia mark on there. It's just a straight 9x12. No addresses. EDDM.USPS.com. It's all you need. Right to the neighborhoods. I was disappointed to see it your printing service doesn't offer. I know, I don't make it public. Just shoot me an email. I'll give you a nice discounted chart. Fino says, I'm curious how you charge people. I charge people $500-$600 for a 10K 9x12. And that's about $5,000 profit. He or she brings up a good point. What if you don't sell that much? There's a lot of different things I don't really want to get into because that could make a whole video, and it's in my mastery course if you pick that up. Focus on breaking even, okay? Just focus on breaking, which is half the card. Get that break-even cost done, and then everything else is profitable. It's a really great mental strategy. Just sell those first 8 ads, get them gone, out of the way, and then push it, and every single ad after that is pure profit. So even if you can't sell them all, you're still making money, but also you could put your own business on there. You could just give some spots away. There's a strategy for that. You can give spots away, and sometimes they'll just buy it anyways. You can, go to the most popular restaurants in town and give them, because you'll probably get longtime customers out of them. There is a lot of great things you can do with that empty space. How do you receive payments? Square Up, PayPal, both free. Send invoices. That's all you really need. Take checks, cash. I would say that you should probably get a DBA. Did someone ask that? I don't know if someone asked that. Is there a way to go if I don't have legitimate? I would suggest you get a DBA, doing business as. Go to your local government and pick up it's probably like $30, and it's called a doing business as. You make sure no one else has your business name that you want to do business under, and you register it. And it's official, and now you can do business as that name. So if you want to call yourself Moodwalk Enterprises or something, you can do that. You can receive checks. You can open up a business. Then you go on the IRS's website, you get a free EIN. It's like a social security number for your business. It's totally free. With that number and your DBA, you can then open up a free checking account and get a debit card. You can receive checks. You can make payments, so expenses, because you'll be able to deduct all those, and you're in business. That's as simple as it is. It's called a sole proprietorship. Just you. You and the business are one and the same. Eventually, you may want to do an LLC or an S Corp, and that gives you some liability protection. But those are things you'll have to either talk with an attorney or just do some due diligence and see if it's right for you and your business. Most businesses today are sole proprietorships. So you're super common. You're in business right away. Loving Dubstep, I thought it said. Loving Dogs Club. Does it work nowadays with free ads that you can do with TikTok? Free ads are not going to do anything for your business. And I can tell you mostly, like 99% of all small businesses out there are not getting any traction on TikTok. You either have to be extremely creative and create compelling, entertaining, crazy entertaining content, which pretty much no small businesses can. There's just a very select few. No one is going to have entertaining TikToks and social media that's going viral and through the roof locally. It's just not. The chances of that are rare. Businesses need help past that. And if they're running social media ads, I can tell you they're spending a lot of money. They will be willing to spend something else that might give them an even greater return or another return. This makes sense to almost every small business. Almost every small business. They sell something and there's neighborhoods of people that probably want whatever they're selling. It makes sense to get a postcard into their hands. I mean, you can never go wrong with getting 5,000, 10,000 postcards into local people's hands for your local business. Postage is currently about 22.3 cents, but who knows when you're watching this? It might be 24 cents or something at that point. It's cheap. Thickness of the cost per page. I do 14-point cardstock. It's a really thick cardstock. That's what I do. How do you show that you sent out 10,000 cards? You send them a picture, whether you're fulfilling through me or fulfilling yourself. You take some pictures. I'll take some pictures for you and send them. You can just show them as if it was yours of the 10,000 cards. So that's one thing, but also you can show them postage forms if you want. But I would just say, I just dropped them off at this post office. Here's the number if you want to give them a call or stop by. These are going out. These are going out. And here's a picture of all the cards. That's the best thing you can do. Don't forget, you need money before you start. No, you don't. You don't need any money. You don't need money to mail. You know, this is all paid for up front by the designers or by the advertisers. 100%. You don't need any money. Go in person if you can. Can you rank and order the best marketing strategy? It's up to you. In person is like the fastest for most people, but you can do email. Look at Monica, who link is below, sells nothing but email, and even in other states. Or Kevin Dykes, not single. Oh boy, stay-at-home dad. Not single, stay-at-home dad, does it all over Messenger, email, and they share their scripts. Some people just do phone, some people just do Facebook Messenger, and most of the successful ones do it kind of all of them. So the nice thing is you only really have to prospect for a while. Once you get this card filled up, advertisers start doing it multiple times over and over, and they want on, and then you're only filling maybe 1 or 2 spaces, or you're having to start a whole other card so that you can fill more advertisers, because so many keep wanting on. So use the best channel for that advertising. If it's home service, you're probably going to have to call them or email them because you can't go there. You're going to show up at the contractor's house and be like, retail, boutiques and stuff. You're going to have to probably go in there and talk to the business owner as best. Just think about how you're going to reach them best. Exclusivity, yes, I do. It's a huge selling point. It's a leverage point. Sometimes maybe if you haven't mentioned it, you can use it to close the deal. You can say, hey, I really love you on the card. I know you're kind of on the edge, but if you want to take a space now, I don't have to go looking for another roofer. You can be the only one. I won't talk to another roofer. You can be the only one, and that might close the deal. Zero cost start. What cost do you need? You are talking to business owners. You're getting them all together. They all pay. Then you print and pay for the mailing. There is no startup cost. Zero. There's no startup cost. There's none. There's no trick. I'm not bamboozling you. There's zero startup cost. Where'd you come up with the figure that businesses typically pay around $5,000 to $6,000 to put out 10K mailers? Do you have a link? Yeah, just search post office direct mail calculator, and they tell you it's like 50 grand for a 10,000 piece mailer. Just the postage to send a piece this size is over $1. It takes 2 stamps, and almost everyone will agree to send something in the mail. The cost of 1 stamp is currently 72 cents or 73. I can't remember. I think it's 73 cents. This takes 2 plus the printing. Plus, if you're to do your own mailing, you're going to be probably addressing and all that stuff. You are spending upwards of $1 per piece. So 10,000 cards, you're spending 10 grand. I say 5, 6, just being conservative, even though it's going to be like 10 grand. Literally, you are figuring out you're getting everyone together. You're getting the lowest postage possible. You're getting the cheapest printing. You're doing all this work and getting everyone to share the cost so that it is literally a fraction of the cost. This is easy for people to explain. I think if you ask any business owner how much this costs, it's okay. How much this costs, they will say at least $1 per mailer times 10,000. It is the steal of the century. It literally is. You could sell these for $1,000 a spot, but you would have a hard time getting $1,000 from businesses right away. It's just the figure starts getting to be a higher amount than most people are comfortable to just hand over at the moment. Where do we pass them out? Do we pass them out on houses or put them on cars? No. You use the post office. Use EDDM.USPS.com. It's super easy. Use a fulfillment house like me. The post office, the mail carriers will deliver them. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You got better things to do than that. The only steps you're going to be making are to the bank. Dean says, have you ever left a couple? Yeah, this is at the supermarket. He asks if I ever left a couple to the supermarket or gas station. And for a long time, I actually did a 5 and 10 and sometimes 5,000 piece mailer. And then I would add 15,000 flyers. So I would make 15,000 flyers. I have one of them here. Flyer versions. So these are just a slightly smaller version of a 9x12. This is one of my flyers. So you have a 9x12, and then you make this, which is a flyer version that's still heavyweight and glossy, but significantly cheaper. And then you pass them out at all these, you put little stacks at your banks, bank lobbies, postal lobbies, laundromats, hospital waiting rooms, chiropractors' offices, dentists' offices, anywhere people are sitting for a while. They say laundromats, grocery stores, anywhere people are frequently being at. There's kind of community areas where you can stick stuff or sitting around for a while. And you're giving someone for $600-$700, 25,000, 35,000 pieces of exposure. They're getting 10,000 mail. They're getting 15,000 at these different pickup points. So yes, it's a great addition to add. It adds a lot of value, and it can actually make a lot more money. Jenny Simon Art says, I get a lot of local advertisement. I throw them all in the trash. I hear you, Jenny. I hear you. But you throw some in the trash. And I'd responded to Jenny. I said, I'm actually an avid watercolorist. I love watercolor and gouache. I paint all the time. And I hate oil painting. Okay. I can't stand it. It's disgusting. The chemicals are ridiculous. I think it's worthless. I mean, I love oil painting or whatever, but to me, it's like, I will never do it. So that's like me saying oil painting is stupid. I'll never use it. It stinks. And I just do watercolors. That doesn't matter. That's the same thing that Jenny's saying here. And that's when people say that. That's just them. Just because you're doing something doesn't mean everyone else does. I can promise you, no one is spending bazillions of dollars into mail stuff. They're not just doing it because everyone's throwing it out. They're doing it because it is profitable. If you no one likes junk mail. Junk mail is stuff that you don't want. If you are a local business, there's people who want what you have. There's people who will love to get a restaurant's coupons in the mail, a landscaper in the mail, a local retail shop in the mail. They will absolutely love it. And some people won't. They'll throw it out. You're not concerned with them. Complete rubbish. With his Viking, it's complete rubbish. You could tell that's someone from the UK saying that. This is right. Handicap vets are scaredy cat. You're all scaredy cats. I think that's it. Look at this idiot. You're the rubbish. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, throw them in the comments. I'll answer them best I can. But I hope this covers it. Go pick up my masterclass. Go watch the interviews. Go listen to my podcast. Go watch Kevin Dyke's Stay at Home Dad, Carolyn Hutchinson's awesome website, Canva template. Monica, who incredible story, and sells these over email and shows you how to do it completely over email. There is so much out there. So many people are doing this. You can do it. I don't care your situation. There's no reason you can't be putting that $5,000 or maybe even $10,000 in profit right up in your pocket next month.